The million-dollar question isn't how, but how consistently. Friends, colleagues, dreamers, and future millionaires. We live in a world saturated with promises of overnight success, of secret hacks and magical shortcuts to wealth. We see the headlines, the flashy lifestyles, and it's easy to get caught up in the illusion of instant riches. But tonight, I want to talk about a different kind of formula. A simple formula, yes, but one built on solid principles, not fleeting trends. Let's be clear. There is no button you can press, no single trick that will magically deposit millions into your account tomorrow. If anyone tells you otherwise, be very, very skeptical. The path to significant wealth isn't a lottery win. It's a carefully constructed journey. My first keynote is this: debunk the myth of instant riches. The simple formula I'm about to share isn't about getting rich quick. It's about building wealth sustainably. It requires time, effort, and a fundamental shift in mindset. We're not talking about a sprint. We're talking about a marathon, and the key is consistent progress. So, what is this simple formula? It boils down to three core elements, working in harmony: value creation, strategic growth, and consistent action. Firstly, value creation. This is the bedrock of any sustainable wealth. Think about it. The people who have amassed significant wealth have almost always done so by providing immense value to others. They've created innovative products, offered essential services, or solved pressing problems in meaningful ways. Ask yourself, what can you offer the world that is truly valuable? What problem can you solve? What need can you fulfill? The greater the value you provide, the greater the potential for reward. My second keynote emphasizes this. Focus on value creation and problem solving. Don't chase money for money's sake. Instead, focus on becoming an indispensable asset by developing valuable skills and offering solutions that people are willing to pay for. This could be in your career, your business, or even through your creative endeavors. Secondly, strategic growth. Once you're providing value, you need a plan to amplify your impact. This involves strategic decision-making, smart investments, whether in yourself, your business, or financial assets, and understanding the power of leverage. And here's where my third keynote comes in, the power of compounding beyond finance. We often think of compounding in terms of interest earned on investments. But the principle applies far beyond finance. Consistent effort in developing your skills compounds your expertise. Building strong relationships compounds your network. Small, consistent improvements in your processes compound your efficiency. Think long-term and understand that small, positive actions, repeated consistently, yield exponential results over time. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, consistent action. The most brilliant ideas and the most valuable skills are useless without consistent execution. This means setting clear goals, breaking them down into actionable steps, and diligently working towards them, day after day, week after week, year after year. There will be setbacks, there will be challenges, but the key is to persevere, to learn from your mistakes, and to keep moving forward. This brings us to my final keynote: discipline, patience, and continuous learning. The journey to becoming a millionaire is rarely a smooth, upward curve. It demands discipline to stay focused on your goals, patience to see the fruits of your labor, and a commitment to continuous learning and adaptation in a constantly evolving world. So, there you have it. A simple formula. Create value, grow strategically, and act consistently. It's not a secret, it's not magic, and it certainly isn't instant. But it is a proven path to building significant wealth. It requires dedication, hard work, and a belief in your ability to create a better future for yourself and those around you. The allure of instant riches is a powerful siren song in our modern world. We are bombarded with narratives of overnight success, of individuals who seemingly stumbled upon a golden ticket and found themselves swimming in wealth with minimal effort. Social media feeds are often curated highlight reels, showcasing the opulent lifestyles of the few, creating an illusion that such rapid ascents are commonplace and easily attainable. This constant exposure can breed a sense of impatience, a yearning for immediate gratification, and a susceptibility to schemes that promise unrealistic returns in impossibly short time frames. It's a seductive fantasy, the idea that we too can bypass the arduous journey of building something substantial and leapfrog directly to the pinnacle of financial success. However, this pervasive myth of instant wealth is not only misleading but also potentially harmful. It sets unrealistic expectations, leading to disappointment and frustration when the promised shortcuts fail to materialize. It can also make individuals vulnerable to scams and fraudulent schemes that prey on this desire for quick and easy money. The truth, often less glamorous but far more sustainable, lies in understanding that significant and lasting wealth is rarely, if ever, built overnight. It is the result of consistent effort, strategic planning, and a deep understanding of fundamental principles applied diligently over time. Therefore, our first crucial keynote in understanding the true formula for building millions is to unequivocally debunk the myth of instant riches. We must dismantle the illusion that there exists a secret, easily discoverable pathway to immediate wealth that bypasses the necessity for hard work, dedication, and a long-term perspective. This isn't to say that opportunities for rapid growth don't exist, but they are typically the exception rather than the rule, often built upon years of prior preparation and a degree of calculated risk. The motivational audience we are addressing understands the power of aspiration and the desire to achieve significant financial goals. However, true motivation stems from a realistic understanding of the path ahead. It is fueled by the knowledge that while the journey may be challenging, the destination is achievable through consistent and strategic effort. Embracing the reality that wealth building is a marathon, not a sprint, allows for the development of sustainable strategies and the cultivation of the necessary patience and resilience to navigate the inevitable obstacles along the way. Thinking of wealth accumulation as a long-term endeavor shifts our focus from fleeting trends and speculative ventures to the fundamental principles that underpin enduring financial success. It encourages us to prioritize building a solid foundation, developing valuable skills, and creating genuine value in the marketplace. This perspective fosters a mindset of continuous improvement, where setbacks are viewed as learning opportunities rather than reasons to abandon the pursuit of our goals. Furthermore, debunking the myth of instant riches liberates us from the constant pressure to find the next big thing, or the secret loophole that will magically transform our financial situation. Instead, it empowers us to focus on what we can control: our effort, our learning, our strategic decisions, and our consistent execution. This shift in focus is incredibly empowering, as it places the responsibility for our financial success squarely in our own hands, rather than relying on external factors or improbable events. It's important to recognize that the stories of overnight success that permeate popular culture often obscure the years of hard work, dedication, and even failures that preceded the apparent breakthrough. What seems like an instantaneous rise to wealth is often the culmination of years of preparation, learning, and persistent effort behind the scenes. Understanding this hidden history allows us to appreciate the true nature of wealth building and to temper our expectations accordingly. Moreover, the pursuit of instant riches can often lead to impulsive and risky behavior, potentially jeopardizing existing financial stability. The allure of high returns in short time frames can blind individuals to the inherent risks involved, leading to poor investment decisions and ultimately, financial loss. By dispelling the myth of instant wealth, we encourage a more prudent and considered approach to financial planning and investment, prioritizing long-term growth and risk management. Therefore, as we embark on understanding the simple yet powerful formula for building millions, our first and most crucial step is to firmly reject the seductive but ultimately misleading notion of instant riches. We must embrace the reality that significant and lasting wealth is the product of consistent effort, strategic planning, and a long-term perspective. This understanding forms the bedrock upon which all other principles of wealth building are built, allowing us to approach our financial goals with a realistic mindset, unwavering determination, and a commitment to the journey, rather than just the destination. This foundational understanding will empower us to navigate the complexities of wealth creation with clarity, resilience, and a focus on sustainable, long-term success. Having firmly established that the path to significant wealth is rarely a sprint but rather a marathon demanding sustained effort, our attention now turns to the engine that propels us forward on this journey. This brings us to our second pivotal keynote: focus on value creation and problem solving. This principle underscores the fundamental truth that true and lasting wealth is not generated in a vacuum. It is a direct byproduct of providing meaningful value to others. It's about identifying needs, solving problems, and offering solutions that people are willing to exchange their resources for. For a motivational audience driven by the desire to achieve extraordinary financial success, understanding the intrinsic link between value creation and wealth accumulation is paramount. It shifts the focus from the purely transactional aspect of money to the more profound and ultimately more rewarding endeavor of making a tangible positive impact on the world around us. When our primary driver becomes the desire to serve, to contribute, and to make a difference, financial rewards often follow as a natural consequence. Consider the individuals who have amassed significant fortunes throughout history. While their specific industries and approaches may vary widely, a common thread runs through their stories. They identified a need, a gap in the market, or a problem that plagued a significant number of people, and they dedicated themselves to creating a valuable solution. Whether it was Henry Ford revolutionizing transportation with the assembly line, Steve Jobs transforming personal computing and communication with user-friendly technology, or Oprah Winfrey building a media empire based on connection and empowerment, their wealth was a direct reflection of the immense value they delivered to millions. This principle transcends specific industries or business models. Whether you are an entrepreneur launching a groundbreaking startup, a professional excelling in your field, an artist creating inspiring works, or a community leader driving positive change, your ability to generate wealth is intrinsically tied to the value you bring to the table. It's about developing expertise, honing your skills, and consistently seeking opportunities to apply those abilities in ways that benefit others. For those driven by the ambition to achieve millionaire status, the question to constantly ask oneself is not simply, how can I make more money? But rather, how can I provide more value? This subtle but profound shift in perspective can unlock new avenues for growth and innovation. It encourages us to move beyond simply trading time for money and instead focus on creating scalable solutions that can impact a larger audience. The act of problem-solving is at the heart of value creation. Every successful business, every impactful career, is built upon the foundation of identifying and addressing challenges. Whether it's streamlining a process, developing a more efficient technology, offering a unique service, or creating a product that simplifies lives, the ability to effectively solve problems is a highly valued and financially rewarded skill. Cultivating a problem-solving mindset, where challenges are seen as opportunities for innovation and growth, is crucial for anyone aspiring to significant financial success. Furthermore, the value we provide must be perceived as such by others. It's not enough to believe that our offering is valuable. The market must recognize and be willing to pay for that value. This requires a deep understanding of the needs and desires of our target audience. It necessitates empathy, market research, and a constant feedback loop to ensure that our solutions are truly meeting the demands of the people we aim to serve. For a motivational audience eager to translate their ambition into tangible results, this principle offers a powerful framework for action. It encourages a proactive approach to identifying opportunities for value creation. This might involve investing in personal development to acquire new skills, seeking out challenges that require innovative solutions, or actively listening to the needs and frustrations of potential customers or clients. Moreover, focusing on value creation fosters a sense of purpose and fulfillment that goes beyond mere monetary gain. When we understand that our work is making a positive difference in the lives of others, it imbues our efforts with a deeper meaning and provides a more sustainable source of motivation. This intrinsic drive can be a powerful catalyst for overcoming obstacles and persevering through the inevitable challenges that arise on the path to wealth. In essence, the second keynote serves as a guiding principle, directing our energy and focus towards activities that not only have the potential to generate wealth but also contribute meaningfully to the world. It encourages us to become givers rather than just takers, understanding that the act of providing significant value is the most reliable and ethical pathway to achieving our financial aspirations. By focusing on solving problems and creating value for others, we not only increase our earning potential but also build a legacy of contribution and impact. This fundamental shift in perspective is not just a strategy for wealth accumulation, it is a philosophy for a richer and more fulfilling life. Therefore, let our primary focus be on how we can serve, how we can contribute, and how we can solve problems, for in that endeavor lies the true and sustainable formula for building millions. Having established the foundational principles of debunking the myth of instant riches and the paramount importance of value creation, we now turn our attention to the powerful engine that amplifies our efforts and accelerates our journey towards significant wealth. This brings us to our third crucial keynote, the power of compounding beyond finance. While the concept of compounding is often associated with financial investments, its principles extend far beyond the realm of interest rates and stock market returns. For a motivational audience driven to achieve extraordinary success, understanding and harnessing the broader implications of compounding is essential for unlocking exponential growth in all areas of life and ultimately, in our financial endeavors. The magic of compound interest, where earnings generate further earnings, creating a snowball effect over time, is a well-understood principle in the world of finance. Starting early and consistently reinvesting returns allows even modest initial investments to grow exponentially over the long term. This highlights the importance of time and patience in wealth accumulation. However, limiting our understanding of compounding solely to financial instruments would be a significant oversight. The underlying principles of compounding, consistent effort building upon prior gains, are universally applicable to various aspects of personal and professional development, and these non-financial forms of compounding are often the very drivers of significant financial success. Consider the compounding effect of continuous learning. Each new skill acquired, each new piece of knowledge absorbed, builds upon our existing foundation, making it easier and faster to learn subsequent skills and acquire further knowledge. This creates a positive feedback loop where our capacity to learn and grow increases exponentially over time. Someone who consistently dedicates time to learning and self-improvement will inevitably outpace someone who remains stagnant, not only in their expertise but also in their ability to identify and capitalize on new opportunities, ultimately leading to greater financial rewards. Similarly, the power of consistent effort compounds over time. Small, seemingly insignificant actions, when performed consistently, accumulate into substantial results. Think of the athlete who trains diligently every day, the writer who commits to a daily word count, or the entrepreneur who consistently takes small steps to build their business. Over time, these consistent efforts compound, leading to mastery, a significant body of work, and a thriving enterprise, all of which have direct financial implications. It's the consistent chipping away at a goal, the unwavering dedication to daily disciplines, that ultimately yields extraordinary outcomes. Furthermore, the compounding effect applies powerfully to the realm of relationships. Each genuine connection made, each relationship nurtured, builds upon our social capital. Strong relationships open doors to new opportunities, provide invaluable support and mentorship, and create a network of individuals who can contribute to our personal and professional growth. Investing time and effort in building and maintaining meaningful relationships compounds our influence, our access to information, and ultimately, our potential for success in any endeavor, including the financial one. Consider also the compounding effect of building a strong reputation. Each positive interaction, each successful project, each demonstration of integrity and reliability adds to our professional reputation. A strong reputation becomes a valuable asset in itself, attracting new opportunities, commanding higher fees, and fostering trust with clients and partners. Consistent ethical behavior and high-quality work compound into a powerful personal brand that significantly enhances our earning potential. For a motivational audience striving for millionaire status, understanding these non-financial forms of compounding is crucial because they are often the precursors to significant financial gains. By focusing on consistent learning, diligent effort, nurturing relationships, and building a strong reputation, we create a fertile ground for financial success to flourish. These are the fundamental building blocks upon which lasting wealth is constructed. The beauty of compounding, in all its forms, lies in its exponential nature. The initial efforts may seem small and the results incremental, but over time, the cumulative effect becomes increasingly powerful. This requires patience and a long-term perspective. It's about planting seeds today and nurturing them consistently, knowing that the harvest will be far greater than the initial input. Therefore, as we pursue our financial goals, let us not solely focus on the mechanics of financial investments. Instead, let us embrace the broader power of compounding by committing to a path of continuous learning, consistent effort in our chosen field, the deliberate cultivation of meaningful relationships, and the unwavering dedication to building a strong and trustworthy reputation. These are the non-financial assets that, when nurtured consistently over time, will create a powerful compounding effect, ultimately accelerating our journey towards not just financial wealth, but a richer and more fulfilling life in its entirety. By understanding and actively leveraging the power of compounding in all its forms, we unlock the potential for truly exponential growth and move closer to realizing our most ambitious aspirations. Having laid the groundwork by debunking the myth of instant riches, emphasizing the critical role of value creation, and illuminating the exponential power of compounding in its various forms, we now arrive at the indispensable pillars that sustain our journey toward significant wealth and ensure our long-term success. This brings us to our fourth and final crucial keynote: discipline, patience, and continuous learning. These three elements are not merely desirable traits. They are the essential fuel, the unwavering compass, and the adaptive toolkit that will navigate us through the inevitable challenges and guide us towards our ultimate financial aspirations. For a motivational audience driven by the ambition to achieve millionaire status, understanding and embodying discipline, patience, and continuous learning is paramount. These are the qualities that distinguish those who achieve lasting success from those who falter along the way. They represent the inner fortitude, the long-term vision, and the intellectual agility required to navigate the complexities of wealth building and to thrive in an ever-evolving world. Discipline, in this context, refers to the unwavering commitment to consistent action aligned with our goals. It is the ability to stay focused on our objectives, to resist distractions, and to persevere through the inevitable periods of difficulty or discouragement. Building significant wealth is rarely a linear progression. It often involves periods of slow growth, setbacks, and the temptation to deviate from our chosen path. Discipline is the inner strength that allows us to stay the course, to adhere to our strategic plans, and to consistently execute the necessary actions, even when motivation wanes or immediate results are not apparent. It's about establishing effective habits, prioritizing wealth-building activities, and making conscious choices that align with our long-term financial vision. This includes disciplined saving, prudent spending, consistent investment, and the unwavering commitment to the value-creating activities we have identified. Patience, the second essential element, is the ability to maintain a long-term perspective and to understand that significant wealth accumulation is a gradual process. In a world that often glorifies instant gratification, cultivating patience is a powerful virtue. It allows us to resist the urge to chase fleeting trends or to become discouraged by short-term fluctuations. Patience enables us to embrace the power of compounding, to allow our efforts and investments the necessary time to mature and yield substantial returns. It fosters a mindset of strategic endurance, recognizing that true wealth is often built over years, even decades, of consistent and disciplined effort. It requires us to trust the process, to remain steadfast in our commitment, and to avoid impulsive decisions driven by impatience or the desire for quick wins. Finally, continuous learning is the indispensable element that ensures our adaptability and relevance in a constantly changing landscape. The world of business, finance, and technology is in a state of perpetual evolution. What works today may become obsolete tomorrow. A commitment to lifelong learning is essential for staying ahead of the curve, identifying new opportunities, and adapting our strategies as needed. This involves actively seeking knowledge, embracing new ideas, learning from both our successes and our failures, and remaining open to new perspectives. Continuous learning can take many forms: including reading books, attending seminars, seeking mentorship, engaging in online courses, and simply staying curious and observant of the world around us. It is the intellectual engine that fuels innovation, enhances our problem-solving abilities, and ensures that we remain equipped to navigate the ever-shifting terrain of wealth building. For a motivational audience striving for millionaire status, the cultivation of discipline, patience, and continuous learning is not optional. It is fundamental. These are the inner qualities that will sustain us through the long and often challenging journey. Discipline provides the structure and focus for consistent action. Patience provides the long-term perspective necessary to allow our efforts to compound and bear fruit. And continuous learning equips us with the knowledge and adaptability to navigate obstacles and capitalize on emerging opportunities. These three elements are interconnected and mutually reinforcing. Discipline enables us to consistently apply our learning. Patience allows us the time to see the results of our disciplined efforts and continuous learning. And the insights gained through continuous learning inform our disciplined actions and shape our long-term strategies, fostering greater patience as we understand the unfolding of complex systems. Therefore, as we embark on or continue our journey toward significant wealth, let us consciously cultivate these essential qualities within ourselves. Let us embrace the discipline to consistently act in alignment with our goals, the patience to trust the process and maintain a long-term perspective, and the unwavering commitment to continuous learning and adaptation. These are the inner strengths that will empower us to overcome challenges, to capitalize on opportunities, and ultimately, to achieve the extraordinary financial success we aspire to. They are the enduring pillars upon which lasting wealth and true fulfillment are built. In conclusion, the simple formula to make millions isn't a magic trick but a potent combination of fundamental principles applied with unwavering dedication. It begins with debunking the seductive myth of instant riches and embracing the reality of a long-term journey. The engine that drives this journey is our commitment to creating genuine value and solving meaningful problems for others. This effort is amplified by understanding and leveraging the power of compounding, not just in finance, but in our skills, relationships, and reputation. And finally, the enduring pillars that sustain us through this journey are discipline to maintain consistent action, patience to allow our efforts to bear fruit over time, and a commitment to continuous learning to adapt and thrive in a changing world. Embrace these principles, cultivate these qualities, and the path to significant wealth, while demanding effort and time, becomes a tangible and achievable reality. Thank you. Your attention and engagement are deeply appreciated. I trust that these insights will serve as a valuable guide on your own journey towards achieving your financial aspirations. I wish you all the very best in your endeavors.